All right, everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Captain Crush. I'm going to be your host for the next 15 or 20 minutes. As always, what do we do here? We work on improving your fantasy game. I try to make you better fantasy sports players in all things. WNBA, NBA, PGA, MLB. If it's there, I will do my best to cover it and give you a solid process and foundation. Today is day one of the NBA Finals, and boy, oh boy, what a game it is poised to be. Hopefully, we can crush, find some value, and maybe, just maybe, get that bag. So now we will go over to DraftKings and take a look at this spread. Right now, it's Miami Heat plus 8.5 with a cool plus 295 on the money line. This has been moving up and down. Yesterday, the Heat were 3-1 dogs. Now it's a little less than 3-1, and the Denver Nuggets are a little less than 4-1 favorites. So that being said, my heart says take Miami plus 8.5. I honestly believe that's the move. Obviously, the public is going to be all over the Denver Nuggets, and rightfully so. They crush. They're probably going to win this thing outright. I hope Miami wins it because I'm a longtime 305 native, but we will wait and see. Now the captain says plus 8.5. I think that's good value. Whenever you're getting a 9-point spread on hammy buckets, you want to just go ahead and take that jive. All right. So that being said, we will now go over to PrizePicks, where I am going to break down this slate. We got one game, the playoff. We got a free square with another 6 hours left remaining. Did some of you already burn your free square? Did it burn a hole in your pocket? Not me. I still got a full, cool $20 bill ready and willing and able to use on that free square. And you best believe in my Discord live stream today, it will be the first leg. And who knows, maybe I will go on live TikTok today, but I don't know. I'll see what my schedule allows, as now we will get into this. I'm already running behind, folks, but you know what? It's fine because good things take time. I did a lot of research. We had WNBA, MLB, NBA. For this video, it's going to be about that NBA fantasy scores and maybe a few fun and done here and there. Let's get started. Jimmy Butler, 49.5 fantasy score. Raise your hand if you remember having Jimmy Butler at 53 and 52 fantasy points in the last game, okay? The last series, I should say. The 7-game series, him and the Celtics. 49.5, that looks like value town to me. I know he's going to be tired. No one's 100% at this point in the league, especially not him. But guess what? I'm going there. Maybe one of you could talk me off the edge, but you're telling me Jimmy Butler gets to go back to the NBA Finals within the last 3 years. The last time he was there was in the bubble, the magnificent Disney bubble. What a shame that was. But now he's back, and he's better than ever. He's playing on an elite level, and he's 49.5 fantasy score. If you take a look here at my handy dandy notepad, I got Jimmy Butler 1.15 fantasy points per minute over the last 5 games with a 25% usage rate. Okay, that number is very deceiving. The last couple of games, Caleb Martin, he has been playing on an elite level the size of Michael Jordan. Yeah, I said it. I compared the two. He single-handedly won them that Boston series in the last 3 games. It was all Caleb Martin, and if you disagree with that, you don't watch basketball because the man crushed and he's about to get paid, I hope, okay? So, Jimmy Butler at 49.5, I will take you over to my favorite free calculator, and we are going to take 1.15, and we're going to multiply it times 42 because that is the type of man Jimmy Butler is. He will play 42 minutes in a competitive game, and we get 48.3. So we know with the math, he's going to play around 42 minutes as long as it's a competitive game, and we're getting 48.3, which is just a smidge lower than what his stat is currently set at, which is 49.5. So you have to ask yourself, it's game one of the NBA Finals. The stakes could not be any higher, fam. They just can't be. This is it. This is what these guys live and breathe for. If you don't think Jimmy Butler is going to do everything in his power to get a ring finally, because he doesn't know when he'll ever get this chance again. These guys, the Denver Nuggets, they'll be back. If not Joker, Jamal Murray, I don't know if it'll be the same group of these guys, but Joker's going to have plenty of opportunities to win rings. Jimmy Butler, he's always that guy that's got to scrap and fight for everything, just like me, which is why I like him so much. So all that being said, he checks all 4 of my boxes except the mathematical one. It's telling me to take less, as you could just see, but I'm going with it. I'm taking more. If you don't want to ride Jimmy Bucket's fantasy score, you could go look to his rebounds, assists, or maybe just his assist at a flat 6. I wouldn't begrudge you for that. I kind of like it. Next, Jamal Murray, the little GOAT himself. He looks like a little GOAT, kind of. No hate, Murray. I love you. You've made me a lot of coin over the past series and the series before that, if I will say so myself. But 41.5. Remember when he was at 45 fantasy points for the longest time? He was at 45. Now we're getting a 3.5 point discount. That's an auto more for me. Jamal can get hot at any time and bury 30 real points at any given time on any given game. That is just the world we live in. And he gets rebounds and assists. So if you're telling me I get Jamal Murray at 41.5, I'm taking more. I got it right here. 1.34 fantasy points per minute over the last 5 games. Look how much higher that is than Jimmy Butler's. And he's got a 26% usage rate. So Jamal Murray, let's say he plays 40 minutes. We take 40, we multiply it times 1.34. And we're going to like what we see. We get 53.6 fantasy points over the last 5 games average. And why am I looking at the last 5 and not the season average? Because the regular season to these guys is not nearly as important. This is one specific sport where I will take the last 5 averages in a playoff series game and go with that. So he checks the math box. He checks the narrative box. It's the NBA Finals. He's been trending up for the longest. And he's Jamal Murray. What's not to love? The man's a likable guy. He's pretty humble. He's pretty cool. He looks like a little goat. He's my boy. I don't know him from Adam, but I'll say he's my boy. Why not? I'll get that fake clout. All right, next, Nikola Jokic. Now, he's the free square, so we don't really need to go ham on him because we already got a freebie with the Joker himself. But 60.5 fantasy score, who remembers when he was at 65, 64, 63, whatever have you? Now we get him at 60.5. That's a scary number. I'm not going to go over to the math, but I will show you this. He has a 1.64 fantasy point per minute with a 27% usage rate. He's higher than everybody else. This man does it all. He scores, he distributes, and he attacks the glass. Joker crushes, the true MVP. You heard it here. I stand by what I said. I've been saying that since regular season. He's the true MVP. If you want to throw him in the mix, I'm never going to tell you not to. For this purpose, he's going to be my free square, so I don't need to go there right now. So let's talk about Bam Bigelow / Adebayo. 34.5 fantasy points. What do we do with Bam? Personally, I've seen the public narrative. Bam is going to get his lunch eaten by the Joker, the man we just discussed. That's right, lunch eaten. Okay, no one wants their lunch eaten, but you want to eat your own lunch, right? So everyone's discounting Bam. Nobody has faith in him. I don't have faith in him. I'm going to go ahead, ride the public train, and I'm taking less at 34.5 fantasy points. And guess what? I got my tier bucket ready, and I'm ready to fill it up because I guarantee you at some point he's going to have a blow-up game this series. I just don't think it's going to be tonight. And my notepad confirms 0.79 fantasy points per minute over the last 5, 25% usage rate. I'm sticking with less, and I also will throw this in a little tidbit freebie. I like him at less than 9 rebounds. However, if you get it at 8.5, I would take a little dibble and a little dabble and go with the unfathomable and take more at 8.5. So less at 9 and more at 8.5. You love to see it. You love to hear it. You're taking both sides. You're flipping rigged coins, and you will get the bag. All right, the next 3 guys that I have to discuss are going to be these 3 bad boys right here, and rest assured, they are bad boys. Caleb Martin, 29.5 fantasy points. It's an automatic more. He is the Miami Golden Boy. He walks down South Beach and the man can do no wrong. Stories have been heard, rumors around that this guy was last seen on South Beach with 7 beautiful women surrounding him. True story, look it up. Don't look it up. It's complete hearsay. It's a joke. However, 29.5 fantasy points. The man has been crushing Game 7, Game 6. These last 2, he didn't really do much, but look at this. 44 and 45. Trending up. Narrative. The man has a 45-point ceiling, legitimately, and I'm getting it at 29.5. Guess what? The math tells me to take less, but you know what? I will ride that train. The hot hand is him. 20 real points plus? Give it to me. 29.5 fantasy points. Give it to me. The man gets rebounds. I don't think he's going to be getting as many rebounds, but his fantasy point total is directly tied to his ability to score buckets. So you could do this right here. You're like, Captain, 29.5. I think that's too much. What else you got? You got this right here. The most bet square in all of PrizePicks, Underdog, Thrive Fantasy. You name the fantasy site, this is going to be the most popular play on the board right here. Caleb Martin over 16 real points. Higher, more, over, whatever you want to say it. This is the most popular play. You heard it here first. I already know it is. I don't have some systematic data analysis that's going to tell me that. I read the public myself. I'm active on Twitter. I know what's going on. I got my finger on the pulse, and I'm telling you that everybody and their brother / mother is on this play tonight. So buyer beware, seller beware. Over 16 real points is a good play, but it's going to be very volatile, and don't be surprised if this happens. Ring, ring, ring. Hello? Yes, it's PrizePicks. We're looking for Caleb Martin. Yo, this is him. What's good? We need you to sell. Bang, say less. It'll be that simple, okay? Not realistically, but that really doesn't happen. But I'm telling you, it could very well be this right here, and all of us are left at the end of the night scratching our heads, looking at chalk slips. So be prepared. But me, myself, I will go there. I got no fear because I use bankroll management and I play correct. Now let's go back to these fantasy scores here, and we got Bruce Brown. Bruce Brown, this is one of those guys that's tilt, hit or miss. You love to see him, you love to hate him. When you have less, he goes more. When you have more, he goes less. That's what he does. Today, 22.5 fantasy points for a man who has a 30-point ceiling. Give me more. Math says take less. It says take less. Model says take less on his points. Model says take less on his points rebounds. But I will go against all those grains, and I'm just going to go ahead and take more. He's blowout proof. He's literally the guy that can play in garbage time in a competitive game. He plays it all. So give me Bruce Brown at 22.5. I got my handy dandy notepad that confirms what I'm talking about. Bruce Brown, 0.82 fantasy points per minute with a 17% usage rate. Let's take a ride over to the calculator right here. 0.82. Let's just say he plays 28 minutes. Bang! 22.96 at 28 minutes. And guess what? Likely he's going to play 30 minutes or more. 22.9, 22.5. And that is why I'm taking more. Do I need to say anything else? I don't think so, but hopefully he doesn't sell, okay? And then lastly, we got Gabriel Vincent. 21.5 fantasy point. Let me show you what everyone's going to see tonight. They're going to see he had a bad game and then green, green, green. But look, he's trending down. He's actually trending the opposite way. And what actually happened to Gabe Vincent while he's been trending down? An injury. And I don't know if he's 100%. I know he didn't play much, or I didn't see him much because I was watching the game live in the fourth quarter. I'm not going to waste my time and go see what's going on yet because it's still early and nothing has been released. But I don't believe that he's 100%. So I am just going to go ahead and take less here. And guess what? Like I always say, if he sells, he sells. You can't be scared. If you want to fade it, go ahead. Okay? So I've covered everything that I wanted to cover on fantasy scores today. I want to say something real quick to y'all. Look at all these new props PrizePicks has. Stay away from these things unless you're completely fine lighting money on fire because they are true 50-50s. PrizePicks' entire business model is putting up stats that are true 50-50s. So they make money whether you go less or whether you go more because you have to parlay it together. So long term, they're cleaning up. If you want to take deflections, points in crunch time, offensive rebounds, all that jazz, go ahead. But guess who's not going to be doing that? Captain. Okay, I'll have my fun elsewhere. I'm just not going there. Did they add fouls yet? They added all this jive and I don't see fouls. If you get Aaron Gordon over 2.5 fouls, take it. That's all I'll say about that. And also, if you want to take Aaron Gordon at more than 1.5 dunks, I wouldn't hate that. Okay, real quick, we'll go over to MLB. Tanner Bybee, less 5.5 pitcher strikeouts. That is my play of the day. The books had it at 6.5, a toasty 6.5, where the less just seemed like a smash, but now it's at 5.5, and he's coming off an insane game. I will just take less. I'm trusting my model, trusting my math here. It is the play of the day, the de facto play of the day, so I will take it, and I wanted to include it here in case some of you guys didn't see my TikTok or YouTube shorts, even though it's up there and I posted that a while ago. Now we can go over to the WNBA, and I'm going to look at the fantasy scores real quick, okay? I will tell you who's in play. Granted, WNBA just started. We don't have a lot of data points yet. My model is still catching up. All I have to go on, historical data, which can't do much because guess what? They haven't played a lot of games and their teams have changed drastically since last season, and we have very limited Vegas odds to go on. And I can't say I have trends or narratives because they've only played 3 or 4 games. So what are we doing? We're guessing, educated guessing. And for that, I would take Mrs. Jessica Shepard. It's probably just Miss. 29.5 fantasy score, more, kind of like that. And I will go right back to the woman who sold me last time, Nafisa Collier. She had a bad first half. She came alive in the fourth quarter and almost covered, and then she just couldn't quite get there. And I would take more on those two. And if you need one from the other side, you can go to Tiffany Hayes Real Points, and that is that. Now, we can go over to Underdog Fantasy, where I cooked up a little 2-man power for you guys, okay? Zach Davies, lower than 4 strikeouts. My model has it going for 2.9. And then KCP, he's bumped up to 12 already on PrizePicks, but higher than 11.5 points plus assist. This is a little pick'em contest for you guys. I like it. I threw a little bit on it. Let's hope it hits. If you're new to Underdog, give them a shot. I'm going to be pumping out a lot of best ball content here soon with NFL during the summer. You can also use promo code CRUSH and get your first deposit matched all the way up to $100. But more importantly than that, you will get a golden ticket into my Discord community, all access pass for 1 month if you use promo code CRUSH. All right, you've reached the end of the video. Congratulations. Thanks for sticking around and listening to me ramble. If you are new here, let me know in the comments below. Right now, I'm doing a giveaway for my YouTube community. I do them every week with the Discord community, but this is for the YouTube community. Obviously, they're eligible too, guys. You're both eligible for both. However, it's been 2 videos and I haven't had a winner yet. The number, no one has guessed it. It is between 0 and 1,000. What do I win, Cap? You will win a $25 to $30 free roll, depending on how close you are to the number, and you will get a free month of the Discord all access pass on the house, and that is free for you guys. All I need is someone to guess that number. You get 1 shot at it, and when you do guess in the comments, I need you to put your number and a name so I know who to call out when I do have a winner. So an example would be 763 Abraham, something like that, whatever your name, or whatever you want to comment, something that I can know so I'm not just looking at a number and I know how to reach out on Twitter or whatever have you. Okay, guys, the Discord is growing. I appreciate all of you. It's totally optional. If you're interested in it, captaincrush.net, or you can go over here to Dub Club directly and see that gold access is where you get the Discord and all my plays. Over here, the silver membership, all that does is give you the top plays for the day sent to you every morning when they are posted. Okay, I like what's being built over there. I have a lot of community minded people over there. They're listening, they're learning. Esports division is popping all the time, 24/7. Obviously the NBA is slowing down because of that, but listen, we cashed 5 of 5 yesterday for my MLB play over there. 10x cashed. It's not like we're slowing down. We'll be doing this all summer long. WNBA is about to get rolling, and I will continue the free content. Yesterday's TikTok play of the day, YouTube play of the day, it cashed. I put one up there today. I will continue to do these YouTube videos every day for you guys. Yesterday's video, it didn't get posted because I had technical difficulties, but it's fine. We're here now, and we will cover these NBA finals, and we will try to get that bag all series long. And let's hope and let's pray that it's a good one. With all that in mind, I will give you one final salute and one final thank you. I appreciate you guys from the bottom of my heart. I hope you crush tonight. And as always, let's crush.